Hey everyone, what is going on, and welcome back to today's video. And in today's video we're going to be jumping into 10 tricks that I'm going to give you guys to get yourself out of the lower ranks, out of the coppers, out of the bronzes, out of the silvers, and hopefully get you guys into gold and plat, or even diamond, but that's obviously going to take a little bit of a jump and some time if you're coming out of the lower ranks. But yeah, the main purpose of this video is to get you guys out of these lower ranks and into at least gold or plat, hopefully, just to make that push out of these lower ranks. And even if you are down in copper, maybe just push up out to bronze or silver just to get yourself out of that lowest rank and get yourself into some better ranks, some better teammates, and slowly work your way up. So I'm going to be giving you guys 10 tricks to get out of these ranks, so hopefully you guys can find any use out of this video. Hopefully you guys get your ranks up, and other than that, let's get into it. So starting off, we're going to be starting with playing the objective. Playing the objective is a very important thing in Rainbow Six Siege, and even in my rank, you'll find that there is way too many roamers in this game. Yes, roaming is cool. Yes, roaming is fun. Yes, roaming will get you kills, which will give you more enjoyment. But if you're playing to win, which is I'm guessing what you want to do if you're watching this video, then you really should be focusing on playing the site. If you have been designated as a roamer in a large squad that you are in, then yes, roam. But if you're a solo queuer and you do notice that there's a lot of 3 speeds on your team, people like Cav, I don't know who else would like to roam. Oryx, which is kind of a useless pick anyway, but you know, those type of operators, 3 speeds, just obvious roaming ops, you should definitely bring an anchoring operator and play the site, because obviously your team is going to need it. 1 person on site is not enough. You need, I'd say, at least minimum 2, and even that is pushing it. I'd say 3 people on site, 2 roamers is like the peak thing you should do. 4 people on site, 1 roamer is also a good strat. But any more than that is just completely useless. Having 3 roamers is not going to benefit you in any way possible. It's just a waste of time, and you really should not be doing it. So if you guys do notice this, you need to try and communicate with your team and let them know to play the site if you have noticed that your team's roaming, if you're solo queuing. And if your team is anchoring and you're not, and you notice there's a lot of other people roaming, I suggest you should maybe try and help back on site, especially if you're losing the rounds due to the enemy team taking site, because no one's ever on it. This is a very key thing that I've heard a lot of people say is a really big problem in the lower ranks, and even in my rank you'll find there is way too many roamers half the time. But usually after we notice there is not too many roamers the very next round, everyone gets yelled at by me normally and say, get on the site, and then eventually we do. So yeah, just make sure you play the site as much as you can, and that's going to be the first tip. Now some of these tips are going to be recycled from the video I made on how to get to plat instantly, and this one is very important no matter what rank you are, and it's going to be to use your drone. Using your drone is very important in the attacking phase, as droning out defenders can really help you out in situations, because if you just run in blind, you don't know where anyone is, there could be someone literally waiting for you right at the door, and just going to absolutely dominate you because you didn't drone them out. Droning is very important, and you guys really need to remember to drone if you want to get those ranks up, because droning is very essential in the higher ranks, because you need to know where people are, you need to give callouts to your team, and you just need to have a general knowledge of the area of where the defenders are sitting, because it's very important to find them. Another suggestion I will make for you guys is the drone you spawn in with, you need to try and keep that as much as possible. Yes, use it to find the site, but once the site is located, you really need to get that drone back outside so you can keep it and have access to 2 drones throughout the round. This is a very important thing for you guys to do, and I definitely recommend that you should definitely look into this and just try and keep your drone as much as possible so you have more intel and use it as much as possible, because using your drone is very important to getting up the ranks, especially in the lower ranks. I feel like you'll find majority of lower ranks, I'm not sure if you don't deserve to be there or if you do, but if you feel like you don't deserve to be there, you'll find if you just use your drone to drone out people, especially in the lower ranks, you'll get heaps of kills, and it's just way easier than what it will be if you just sprint in there and get shot in the side of the head. Now the next tip I'm going to be giving you guys is something that will kind of go with the first tip, and it's utilizing your operators. Using operators is very important to winning Siege, really. You can't just pick teams of absolutely useless operators and expect to win. You need to bring people specific to the objective. One example is if you're on Theme Park. If the enemy team does happen to go Armory, which majority of the time they will go first, I'm not sure if it's the same for lower ranks, but it is for my rank. Basically, to win that objective, your chances of winning that objective are 10 times higher if you bring a Thermite. And obviously if you bring a Thermite you need a Thatcher, and you just need to think about these things, and I'm definitely down to do a video of operator selection guides for certain maps if you guys want me to make them, so let me know down in the comment section below if you want me to make a video like that. But yeah, basically all I'm trying to say to you guys at the moment is just you need to utilize your picks of operators so they are efficient and good. Bringing a 5 stack on defense of Kavira, Warden, Frost, Legion, and just absolutely useless operators, really. I'd say the only good operator I listed there is Legion. Yes, Frost will get you kills, but what other benefit does she bring to the team? Especially since Frost mats are such easily visible. And the majority of the time they only catch people off guard when they're not paying attention. Once you get into a higher rank, if you do manage to push out of these ranks, frost mats are going to be essentially useless unless you're versing someone like me who just always forgets to check and just wants to rage every time they see a frost. But yeah, Frost, she doesn't really bring much utility to the team. I'm kind of proving my point wrong by talking her up, but she's just not useful. Cav isn't useful. Like, the only time she's ever useful is an interrogation, and when she does get an interrogation, it turns your team completely sicko mode, and then you all rush one person and die. So she's useless. Warden is just, I think we all know Warden is just horrible, and I think you guys get the point. You need to bring operators that are essential to the team. Obviously, there's going to be some rounds once you have the necessities picked, it doesn't really matter what you play. Obviously, that is okay, but make sure if no one else is looking for it, pick the necessary operators for the objective. Now, the next tip is going to be keeping your head in the game. Now, I know it is very easy to get angry at this game. Sometimes you feel like you've been played, you feel like it's unfair, you feel like you hit them in the head, but really, you just don't know, you're just mad. I understand that. But majority of the time, majority of your deaths are valid, and sometimes you're just too angry to see the actual point of death. And you need to just understand that you can't really getting mad at the game isn't going to get you anywhere. Getting mad at the game is going to make you pissed off, and then you're just going to play worse. You need to stay focused. You need to keep your head in the game, obviously, like I said, and you just need to keep your vision straight until the end of the game, and then you can just get off if you really don't want to play anymore. But you can't let down your team by just throwing away, doing stupid shit because you're mad because you didn't hit that headshot the round before. You need to try and refrain from raging as much as possible. Honestly, I need to take this tip myself. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But if you just need to try and keep your head focused. Like, I rage, but the very next round, I'm calm and I'm ready to play another round. And also, I didn't have this tip written down, but it's just come to my head now. It's going to be a little additional tip. When you do die, like, I thought I'd bring this up because normally people get mad when they die. When you do die, instead of yelling and storming out of your room and just punching walls and stuff, you should try and get on cameras, no matter whether you're attacking or defending, and try and give call-outs to the people alive if you are in a stack. Obviously, if you're a solo queue, go punch your wall. It doesn't really matter. You're not talking to anyone, but you should always try and communicate with your team, which I'll get into in a little bit. But you just need to try and be more collective and give call-outs to your team instead of obviously getting up, storming out, doing whatever you're doing. Try and stay on the mic and give call-outs instead. Now, this is going to be a little quick tip because it's obviously a given, but you need to work on your aim. The best way to practice your aim is to jump into a terrace hunt. I'm sure you've heard this everywhere if you've been researching how to get better for a bit. But jump into a terrace hunt, just practice your terrace hunt, and just practice your aim. That's all you really have to do. Terrace hunt is a great way to practice your aim, way better than any other way. You just consistently play terrace hunt, just walk around, shoot those terrorists, and just eventually your aim will come. You'll feel when you're at a point where you are hitting majority of your shots, you feel you're ready, and then that's where you should really be diving into ranked. You should always play terrace hunt before ranked. Casual's alright, but I feel like terrace hunt is much better for warming up. So yeah, practicing your aim, it's a bit of a given, so I'm not going to go over it too much, but just do as much as you can to practice your aim. I have a video on my channel on how to improve your aim if you would like to go check that out, but that's about all I have to say in the aim category. Now, the next tip is something I also recycled from the How to Get Plat video, and it is getting a team. Getting a team is very important to ranking up because communication, this is a team game. You need communication, or at least you need someone giving intel, callouts, all that. It is very useful for winning a game. Now, I have a few methods here that will help you get teammates. Obviously, the first one is going to be my Discord server. It's not the most alive thing, obviously, but it doesn't have to be my Discord server. There's multiple Discord servers out there for finding teams. The official Rainbow Six Siege one has plenty of people on there. YouTubers, Siege Discords, everywhere. Discord servers are a great way to find teammates, and I recommend you guys check them out if you're looking for teams. The link to mine is in the description down below if you'd like to join. Another great way to find teammates is on Xbox. There is the looking for section. Obviously, if you're on Xbox, you guys probably know about this. It's a great way to find teammates. All you have to do is just go to the looking for section on your Xbox, and you'll find how to find teammates. There's like 1,000 people on there at all times looking for team. So that's a great way to find teammates on Xbox. I'm not sure about PlayStation. I don't know if they have anything like that. And obviously, another way to find teammates is Moot. I'm sure you guys have heard of it from promotions on YouTubers or just around. Moot's a great way to find teammates. There's people looking on that all the time as well. So if you guys are looking for teammates, you can also go there. And obviously, the final one is to just invite your teammates in ranked games. Try and be friendly. Try and play well so they don't just straight leave because they think you're shit. Try and just impress them, and then once you impress them, even if you do play bad one game, they'll know that you have potential, and hopefully they'll keep playing with you, and they may build long-standing friendships. Now this is going to be a tip more that might help the people pushing from gold to plat maybe, or silver to gold. It's positioning. Positioning is very important when you get into gunfights in the higher ranks, because obviously if you are peeking a door and you're standing in the middle of the door, you are exposed to the absolute shithouse. But if you're peeking a door with a pixel peek, you're not exposed to the shithouse, so you have more potential of winning a gunfight. So hopefully I'll remember to put an example up behind me. But yeah, if you guys are looking at this example, then there's obviously going to be two clips. It's going to be me completely exposing myself when I'm peeking a door, and it's going to be me kind of pixel peeking a door. So there's two different, you just need to think about this when you go to peek angles. Obviously, there are certain situations where you're allowed to peek through the door. You can just sprint in. Doesn't really matter how exposed you are. If you feel confident there is a kill involved, then I'd recommend doing that. But this isn't always going to be the case, and you guys just need to prepare. Especially if it's early game and you're just trying to pick off the first frag, you really need to think about your positioning and try and make it as best as possible. Now the next tip is going to be making use of your surroundings. Making use of your surroundings is more of it's just utilizing the things around you when you're attacking or defending. So obviously the main thing I'm talking about in attack terms is utilizing vertical play or below play. Using this, depending on the site, is going to be very helpful if you are attacking a downstairs objective. If you can take control of the top floor and start opening hatches, the floor and all that, that's going to completely disadvantage the enemy team, and that's really going to help you out in the long term. And obviously, on defense, utilizing your surroundings would be to make sure everything's reinforced, all of this basic stuff, but really it just needs to be reinforced to you guys, because especially if I'm talking to a copper, I'm sure you guys have found that sometimes your teammates just don't give a shit. They're just doing stupid stuff, and you really need to pick up for them because obviously they're throwing. So just making sure you utilize everything you can to get that win is what I mean by this tip. So try and play above, try and play below on attack, try and just utilize the roam if necessary, and also try and utilize the anchor if necessary. Like I said at the start, anchoring is very essential to winning in majority of games, and if there isn't enough anchors, analyze that and get your ass on site. So that's what I mean, just analyze the situation, analyze everything you can, and take advantage of things that other people may not be thinking about. Now this is just a quick tip that I kind of already went over, but it's going to be to always warm up before you play ranked. By warm up, I mean either jump into a quick match or a terrace hunt. I would recommend terrace hunt, and just play. That's all you have to really do. Practice your aim until you feel like it's good enough, and then jump into a game. Because obviously if you're jumping straight into a ranked game, which I know a lot of you guys will be doing, you'll probably be thinking, oh, I do this, but yeah. If you guys jump straight into ranked games as soon as you turn your Xbox on, your aim's not going to be good for a few games. You may think it might be, you may have a lucky first game, but then the very next game you're just going to go to shit. Warming up is very essential to high ranked games. You'll find majority of people before they play at a plat or diamond level or even champion, they always warm up before they play. They jump into a terrace hunt, and I recommend you guys do this as well. Even if you find it boring, eventually you'll understand the purpose of it, and just always warm up before you play ranked. And the final tip, number 10, that I have for you guys is going to be to play as much as possible. Now, obviously, this isn't going to be possible for some people who actually have lives. But what I mean by play as much as possible is if you continuously play daily, you're going to get better. Because playing daily is very essential to you just slowly gather up skills, and instead of taking a break and losing those skills over time, you continuously build and build and build. That's what's going to continuously push to get you better. So this is what I mean by this tip. I mean, it's probably a pretty given one, but I'm just trying to say, if you are serious about actually ranking up, play as much as possible. I feel like that's the better option. Playing daily isn't possible for everyone, I am aware of that. But play as much as possible so you don't lose the skills that you have been slowly developing over the time that you have played consistently. So I hope you guys understand that tip, and obviously all I mean is just try and play as much as you can, and eventually the skill will just build, and you'll get those higher ranks. And other than that, that's about all I have to say. That is going to be my 10. It was actually 11 tricks to hopefully get you out of the lower ranks and push you into gold, plat, and wherever you're aiming to get. Obviously, with the new season, majority of you guys are going to be unranked, or you're already going to be ranked, but you're going to be earning a lot of ELOA games. So now is the best time to utilize these tricks, and hopefully find this video and learn some new things. So I hope this helped you guys. I hope you guys get the ranks you want. Obviously, good luck to all of you in your rank in Steel Wave. I've already placed Plat 2, so I'm hoping I'm going to get Diamond this season, because that's my goal, because I've never gotten it yet. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, if you guys did make it to the end of this video, I hope you are interested in checking out my Twitch. The link is down in the description below. I stream there every day except for Saturday Australian, and hopefully you guys can come stop by. Other than that, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.